Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Biryanis from Grassroots Cricket reporting live from the National Bank Cricket Arena in Karachi. I have an English fan with me over here. Sir, what's your name?
It's Tom.
Tom, welcome to Pakistan and I hope the country has treated you well thus far.
It has. Everyone's been so friendly. It's been brilliant. Apart from the traffic, it's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you dabbled in Pakistani cuisine at all?
I have. I think I've had about 8 biryanis. I'm going to go and get another one now. But yeah, the local dishes keep me on my toes.
Well, that's lovely. In Karachi, guys really know how to make their biryani. And also, you've probably experienced fans from across the world. How do Pakistan fans compare to them?
They're very loud, I'd say. It's a different fan. I think I've never seen a fan go home when Baba gets out and turn up when Baba comes in. So everyone's really friendly. They want to chat. They want to take selfies. They make you feel a bit more special than being back home in London.
Lovely to hear. And Pakistan are effectively 49 runs for the loss of 3 wickets right now. How much of a target do you think they need to give England to pose a threat in order to win the game?
I think if we're chasing anything less than 250, we'll be happy. It depends on Babar and Saud, but I think if we get an early wicket, I don't think you've got much else to come, but these two are proven pretty strong.
All right, and Azhar Ali just played his final knock in Test cricket, unfortunately got out for a duck. Would you like to say anything about his career?
We look forward to watching him play in the county cricket next year.
Right. I think he is signed up for Warwickshire, so you'll definitely get to see him over there. And also, England, even though these surfaces have been conducive towards spin bowling more than fast bowling, their paces have really turned up. They've bent their backs. What would you like to say about the efforts of Jimmy Anderson, Mark Wood and Ollie Robinson?
It's been great. Just one more slog from Ollie and Mark Wood, and hopefully we can get the remaining 7 wickets and get a 3-0 whitewash.
Right, good luck for that. And ever since Ben Stokes has taken up the Test captaincy for England and Brendan McCullum has joined the reins as Test coach, England have completely revamped the way they play Test cricket. And not just with their belligerent batting approach, but also with their brave declarations as we saw in Rawalpindi. They're really going for those results and have a result-oriented mindset. Everyone is coining this as Bazball. What do you make of it, and do you think it's a sustainable model?
I'm enjoying it. England were pretty rock bottom about a year or so ago. I wouldn't travel to every game if I thought we were going to get stuffed. So I think it's great to get the fans involved. Is it sustainable? Been doing it for a year, why not? We're going to lose, but we couldn't be any worse than before, so I think we'll take more wins than less losses and accept that it will happen.
Right, and Rehan Ahmed made his debut yesterday, became the youngest English cricketer to represent the country in Test cricket. What have you made of him thus far?
He looks a bit podgy, doesn't he? Looks like a first-year university style. He bowled well, to be fair to him. His batting, he didn't really hang around very long, but great to see the youngsters in there, and hopefully he gets to go in the second innings as well and can get a few wickets.
All right, and just on a final note, who are your favourite players from both Pakistan and England?
Well, Baba is obviously the favourite. I quite like Shafiq as well. And then England, obviously, it's Stokes, Root, and Brooks is coming along. He looks like a good find as well.
Oh, absolutely. He's got 3 consecutive tons in Test cricket. Do you think that he's going to replace Johnny Bairstow when he comes back to the squad, or are they going to slot in both of them and find a way to do that somehow?
So you were reading my WhatsApp messages yesterday. I don't think he'll replace him, but I think he'll replace someone else. I think there's other people who'll go, but you can't drop someone who's got 3 tons in three Test matches. So it's a nice headache to have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
No
and
worries.
It was an absolute pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your trip in Pakistan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
I've got another English fan over here with me. Sir, what's your name?
My name's Sam.
Sam, welcome to Pakistan, and I hope the country has treated you well thus far.
Yes, we're absolutely loving it. Thank you very much for having us.
Yep, we love hosting you as well. And have you dabbled in Pakistani cuisine at all?
Yeah, every night, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and it's been superb, especially the biryani.
All right, then the biryani is your favorite item. Karachi is known for it, so
Yep.
good going over there. So you've probably witnessed fans from across the globe. How do Pakistan fans compare to them?
So far, the most hospitable fans I've ever come across. It's been a genuine pleasure being here. We've met hundreds of fans, had hundreds of selfies, and you clearly just love cricket and talking about cricket, and that's been fantastic.
Yeah, well, pleasure is all ours. And Pakistan effectively find themselves at 49 for the loss of 3 wickets at lunch. How much of a score do you think England would be comfortable chasing on this track?
I think any more than 250 would be a big challenge. So if Baba gets a century, I think we might be in trouble. But I mean, Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum playing different cricket, so who knows? I think they would probably feel comfortable chasing 300. I wouldn't be as comfortable though.
Well, ever since Ben Stokes has taken up the Test captaincy of England and Brendan McCullum has come in as Test coach, England have completely revamped the way they play Test cricket, not just with their belligerent batting approach, but also with that brave declaration that we saw in Rawalpindi. They have a very result-oriented mindset, and everyone is coining this as Bazball. What do you make of it, and do you think it's a sustainable model?
I think it's great, first of all. They clearly they're not interested in drawing a match. I think they would rather lose trying to win than to go out and draw, and I think that's exciting for fans. And I think it's a good response to potentially Test cricket not being as well attended as everyone wishes it was. So I think it's good for the game. Sometimes I think a draw is a good result. I don't think Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum feel that way, which is fine, and it's why they're in the job and I'm not.
That's funny. Also, Azhar Ali just played his final Test innings, was unfortunately dismissed for a duck. What do you have to say about Azhar's Test career overall?
I mean, he's a true gentleman. I think the ECB and the England fans are greatly appreciated when Pakistan came over to England during COVID, along with the West Indies that summer. That was very important for us as a country, I think for cricket as well. So he's a gentleman, and he's scored big runs for Pakistan, and I wish him the best in his retirement.
Awesome. And Harry Brook has made quite the prolific start to his Test career. 3 Test hundreds on the bounce in each Test of this series. What do you make of this young batting sensation?
Yeah, he looks great. He looks like a three format player as well. He's clearly done well in Pakistan. He's got experience on the wickets playing in the PSL. He did well at the T20 series. He didn't get that much of a chance in the World Cup, but I think we were able to play ultra aggressively because he was coming in down the order and in our squad. So yeah, I think he's going to be a very important player for England moving forward in all 3 formats.
Yep, absolutely. And what about Rehan Ahmed, the young 18-year-old leg spinner who has become England's youngest ever Test cricketer? He got 2 wickets in the first innings. Do you like what you see over there?
Yeah, I do. I think he sort of grew into the game. He looked better throughout the day. I'm surprised he didn't bowl this morning, actually, especially to the right-hander. But yeah, he looks good, and he's very young, as you say, 18 and a half, I think. So hopefully he's got a future.
Yep, we hope so as well. And just on a closing note, Sam, who are your favourite players from both England and Pakistan?
That's a good question. I mean, I love Mohammad Rizwan. He looks like a great character in the dressing room. He's multilingual as well, so I think the team, you can sense that with the team dynamics. I mean, Babar Azam is also exceptionally good at cricket. His shot making is incredible. From the England side, I love Ben Foakes.
Okay, the Surrey man.
Yeah, he's probably a bit more old school than a lot of the Bazball recruits, but his wicket keeping is exceptional. I think he's the best keeper in the world. And he's gritty batsman. He scores runs, big runs at important times when England are in trouble. Yesterday, we would have been, if he'd lost his wicket early, we would have been in serious trouble. But he got us there to a lead in the end. And Ben Stokes, I mean, he's a great player. He's had some exceptional performances at big moments. He's a big moment player, and I love watching him play.
So do we. I mean, Ben Stokes has a lot of fans in Pakistan. But thank you so much for taking out the time. It was an absolute pleasure. And I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your trip in Pakistan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
मेरे साथ इस वक्त एक पाकिस्तान फैन मौजूद हैं. क्या नाम है आपका सर?
सरदार अब्दुल हादी.
सरदार अब्दुल हादी, आपसे मिलकर बहुत बहुत खुशी हुई. इंग्लैंड 17 साल बाद पाकिस्तान आई है टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेलने, और इधर नेशनल स्टेडियम में ही टेस्ट मैच हो रहा है आपकी आंखों के सामने. कैसा महसूस कर रहे हैं?
बहुत एक अमेजिंग फीलिंग है. 17 साल बाद एक टीम पाकिस्तान में आई है इंग्लैंड, और एक हिस्टोरिक टूर है. लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेट है कि हमारे रिजल्ट फेवर में नहीं जा रहा. 2-0 हम लोग डाउन हैं. इट कुड हैव बीन मच बेटर कि अगर हम 1-1 से सीरीज़ बराबर करके इधर डिसाइडर में आते. नेशनल स्टेडियम एक ऐसा वेन्यू है पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट के लिए कि पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट हमेशा टेस्ट मैचेस में हमेशा अच्छा परफॉर्म किया. पाकिस्तान ने जीती है, अगर जीती नहीं है तो ड्रॉ किया है. वी हैव सीन वन हिस्टोरिक टेस्ट मैच बैक इन मार्च अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया एज वेल, वेयर बाबर आजम प्लेड अ हिस्टोरिक इनिंग्स ऑफ 196 ऑड रन्स. सो इट्स अनफॉर्चुनेट कि हम लोग अभी इधर, there's no point of watching this test match, but just because England is here, just because that Stokes, the way he's leading his team, it's fantastic and it's entertaining. So we all are here just to praise the brand of cricket they are playing and the brand of cricket they are following, and they are engaging the entertainers, they are engaging the spectators to watch test cricket, and they are bringing that sponsorship, that viewership back in test cricket, which is phenomenal for this game.
आपने बात की इंग्लैंड की ब्रांड ऑफ क्रिकेट की, and ever since Ben Stokes has taken up England's test captaincy and Brendan McCullum has become their test coach, they've completely revamped the way they play test cricket. ना सिर्फ अपनी belligerent batting approach से, मगर brave declaration भी देखी हमने रावलपिंडी में, result oriented cricket खेल रहे हैं. क्या आपको लगता है पाकिस्तान को भी इस तरह की क्रिकेट खेलनी चाहिए या पाकिस्तान को कोई अपना तरीका ढूंढना चाहिए टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेलने का?
देखें, वी नीड टू बैलेंस दिस आउट समहाउ. आप किसी को भी रेप्लिकेट नहीं कर सकते. इंग्लैंड अगर ये अप्रोच फॉलो कर रहा है तो दे हैव कंप्लीट बैकअप, दे हैव कंप्लीट बैकिंग फ्रॉम ब्रेंडन मैकलम, दे हैव कंप्लीट बैकिंग फ्रॉम स्टोक्स, कि अगर आपका बैट्समैन कोई फेल भी हो जाता है तो दे विल बैक देम फॉर द एंटायर सीरीज. अनफॉर्चुनेट है कि ये हमारे माशरे में ऐसा नहीं है. वी हैव सीन द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ फवाद आलम. ही परफॉर्म ब्रिलियंटली अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड बैक इन न्यूजीलैंड. ही परफॉर्म ब्रिलियंटली अगेंस्ट वेस्ट इंडीज बैक इन वेस्ट इंडीज. He had a fantastic century against South Africa as well. Unfortunate, just because of one bad series against Australia, he's nowhere somehow. So we need to balance that equation in my point of view. I can't say कि पाकिस्तानी जो ये बैट्समैन है, जो these set of players like इमाम उल हक और अब्दुल्ला शफीक और सऊद शकील और बाबर आजम इवन, कि ये जाके उस तरीके के ब्रांड वैल्यू करेंगे अपने गेम की, या उस तरीके से अटैकिंग मोड में अपनी बैटिंग किया करेंगे टेस्ट मैच क्रिकेट में, जो स्टोक्स या जॉनी बेयरस्टो जितने भी प्लेयर्स कर रहे हैं. इट्स कम्प्लीटली बिकॉज ऑफ द बैकिंग which these players have from Brendan McCullum or from Ben Stokes, I would say.
ठीक है. And right now Pakistan are effectively 49 runs for the loss of 3 wickets at lunch. क्या लगता है आपको कितना कोई टारगेट इंग्लैंड को देंगे तो पाकिस्तान का कोई चांस बनेगा ये मैच जीतने का?
Look, it has to be par 300, I would say. It has to be par 300, keeping the fact in mind कि National Stadium की जो wicket है वो Detroit होगी in day 4 as well. Spin will get into play. We have Abrar Ahmed as a mystery spinner. We have Numan Ali. He has also taken 4 wickets back in the first innings. So I can say this thing that if Babar Azam plays a brilliant innings, if Babar Azam can somehow score 100, if Saud Shakil somehow scores 70 or 80 runs, Mohammad Rizwan has to step up as a vice captain. We haven't seen him performing in lately in test cricket. He got out cheaply in the first innings as well. Agha Salman is batting perfectly. He scored 50 odd runs in the first innings as well. So somehow we need to gather all those formulas together and we need to score 300 plus runs, because we need to have this thing in mind that this English side under the captaincy of Stokes and under the coaching of Brendan McCullum will come hard on us. Even they are chasing 300 or they are 400, they are chasing 400, they will come hard on us. And we know कि जब हमारे पर pressure पड़ता है, जब हमारे पास attack होता है, तो we just हमारे हाथ पैर फूल जाते हैं और हमें समझ नहीं आता कि हम कौन सा प्लान फॉलो करें. और बाबर आजम हैज़ टू स्टेप अप एज अ कैप्टन एज वेल. आई वाज लिसनिंग टू नासिर हुसैन yesterday. Clear-cut difference between England and Pakistan, and the clear-cut difference between the result in this series was because of the captaincy of both teams. Stokes proactive नजर आ रहा था, out of the box करने की कोशिश कर रहा था, unorthodox fielding position उन्होंने set की हुई थी, but on the other hand Babar Azam was just clueless. I guess he's not a best option as a captain. We can go for Rizwan, we can go for Shadab Khan. Babar Azam as a batsman, I can buy him 24/7, 365. But if you will ask me to buy Babar Azam as a captain, sorry to say I won't buy him. Even his captaincy is on sale.
ठीक हो गया. अच्छा, मुझे ये बताते चलें कि अजहर अली का ये लास्ट टेस्ट मैच चल रहा था. Unfortunately, he got dismissed for a duck in his final innings. What would you like to say about Azhar's career?
Look, he's a phenomenal guy. He's a phenomenal guy. कोई भी controversy नहीं है. In last 10 to 12 years, he's serving Pakistan cricket. From 2010, जब आपको पता है कि पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट की किस तरीके से डार्क एजेस में चली गई थी, all of that spot fixing case and all of that scenario. So he stood up. He stood up with Misbah ul Haq. He stood up with Yunus Khan. We used to have a great batting lineup. Number 3 Yunus Khan, number 3 Azhar Ali, number 4 Yunus Khan, number 5 Misbah ul Haq, and number 6 Asad Shafiq. So unfortunate कि ये वो era ख़त्म हो गया है, but Azhar Ali is a phenomenal guy. He has always put his heart out for his team. और to be very honest, उसको Azhar Ali को यूज़ किया गया है, in my opinion. जब भी कोई कैप्टन चेंज करना हो, bring him on for 6 months, drop him, make Babar Azam the captain, सरफराज को रिमूव करना है, अजहर अली को लेके आ जाओ जस्ट बिकॉज इज अ सीनियर गाय, क्रिटिसिज्म दिखेगा. तो ही इज़ बेसिकली मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट अ टीम गाय जो टीम के लिए खड़ा होता है हमेशा. एंड वी हैव सीन हिम परफॉर्मिंग वेल. 200 बैक इन Australia, 300 against West Indies, that 100 in the dark, I would say, back in Sharjah against Sri Lanka, chasing 350 odd runs. So he is one of the most, I would say, brilliant cricketer of Pakistan if we talk about Test cricket.
ठीक है. And Harry Brook has made quite an impression in this series. 3 tons on the trot, 1 in each test in the series. क्या कहना चाहेंगे, आपको कैसी लगी हैरी ब्रुक की बैटिंग?
Look, Harry Brook is a generational talent. Full stop, no debate. There has to be no second point about it. We have seen him performing well in PSL as well. I am not a Lahore Qalandar fan, but I have to say this thing, being a Karachi King fan as well, that he played brilliantly back in Lahore leg against Islamabad United. I was here for 7-match series. I covered 3 matches here in National Stadium out of 4. I have seen him performing brilliantly. I have seen him scoring 100 in this stadium against Pakistan. I have seen him pulling Haris Rauf for 6s. I have seen him hitting fast bowlers over extra cover for 4s. And then again 3 centuries, 3 different venues. Again, it's, as I said, it's generational talent, but that generational talent has to somehow implement that talent, I would say, by the backing of Ben Stokes or by the backing of Brendan McCallum, that they have expressed 110% confidence on him, that yes, you are our main guy in absence of Johnny Bairstow. Go and explore, go and just attack on Pakistani bowling.
ठीक हो गया. अच्छा, जाते जाते ये बताते जाए मुझे that who are your favorite players from both England and Pakistan?
Look, it depends whether we are playing red ball cricket or white ball cricket. I would say Joe Root as a red ball cricket, Ben Stokes, Joss Butler, the way he attacks, we have seen in World Cup final, we have seen in semi-final as well against India. That guy has that guts to come down the wicket and to just overlap it through the fine leg for a 6. And on the other side, Pakistan, we have been blessed with, alhamdulillah, quite a few in recent past. Babar Azam is one of the batter, world-class batter, I would say. He possesses all the attributes to become a world-class batsman, and he is a world-class batsman. He is equally dominant on back foot, he is equally dominant on front foot, he is equally dominant on offside and on leg side. Shadab Khan is another utility player which we have. He can bat, he can bowl, he can field in crunch situations as well. Rizwan is a match winner. Unfortunate with that injury of Shaheen Shah, Afridi and Haris. So there are quite a few players, but I'm just having that grunge in my heart just because of the captaincy which Babar Azam is doing. He is literally creating a mess out of it, to be very honest.
All right, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the test match.
Thanks a
Have
lot.
fun. It was
Thanks
an
a
absolute
lot.
pleasure. Thank you.
Okay.
I've got another English fan over here with me. Sir, what's your name?
Duncan.
Duncan, welcome to Pakistan, and I hope the country has treated you well thus far.
Very well. Been here all series. It's been a fantastic welcome. Right from day one, you really feel it on the streets, where everyone is so pleased to have England here visiting. And so, yeah, really feel very welcome the whole time.
So, if you've been to all 3 test matches, which venue has been your favorite?
The actual stadium?
Or the city? Both?
I think I like I think all the stadiums are quite similar, actually. I like the fact that where you would usually just have steps to sit on, we have some more comfortable seats put out, and those seats have followed us around the whole of the circuit, which has been nice. And the cities have been a bit very, varied. Pindi and Islamabad, 2 very different cities in themselves. And Multan, we had to have police security with us, which wasn't great. But still, the history and the shrines and the architecture in Multan is fantastic, and Karachi is just such a buzz.
Lovely to hear. And have you dabbled in Pakistani cuisine at all?
Yes, yeah. Well, of course, you can't really have no choice really over 3.5 weeks. Otherwise, I'll be very hungry. But yeah, I've had, obviously lots of barbecued meats and. So yeah, all sorts. And the biryani here, obviously, tried some different versions of it in different places, and yeah, so I've not been disappointed on that front. Heard some good things in advance, and obviously I'm from London, so we have lots of Pakistani and Indian, Bangladeshi food on our doorstep. So
right,
yeah, it's good to have it actually in Pakistan.
Yeah. Any favorite item?
Oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. So let's just stick with biryani. But I had something last night. It was pan puri or pan puri.
Pani Puri?
Pani Puri, yeah, I took Pani Puri last night, that's it, and that was fantastic. Very kind of sweet and sour, and yeah, lovely snack.
That's good to hear. And you've probably experienced fans from all across the globe. How do Pakistan fans compare to them?
Well, I think Pakistan and England fans are quite similar actually. Very passionate about their team, but also very respectful of the opposition and very welcoming of the opposition. And that's a big difference from going to other parts of the world where there's more a competitive edge in the stands. Let's just say. So we feel extremely welcome here.
Yeah, well, we love having you over here as well. And Pakistan right now effectively 49 for the loss of 3 wickets. How much of a total do you think England would feel comfortable chasing on this track?
Well, I think England feel comfortable chasing anything these days, and under Ben Stokes' leadership, he's certainly given that confidence in the team to be able to chase anything. We've proven that in England. Over here, the totals are, well, obviously we've always batted first, so we haven't had to chase. But I think England would still feel confident on chasing 300 on this wicket, despite it spinning. I don't think they would necessarily chase 300 though, but I think they'll feel confident doing it.
All right. What do you make of Harry Brook? Ever since he's come onto the scene in Test cricket, he's been prolific.
Yeah.
3 tons on the bounce, 1 in each game of this series, and he's just 23. So what do you have to say about the young Yorkshireman?
No, he's defined of the series, I think. He's been incredible, beyond expectations. I was even a little bit surprised, actually, he got elevated into the Test status. He's obviously done very well in the limited over stuff, but he's just so confident at the crease. He looks like he's been playing Test match cricket for years.
Yeah.
And he's, well, man of the series, I think, undoubtedly for England, and perhaps overall.
Yeah, and Azhar Ali actually just played his final knock in Test cricket. Unfortunately was dismissed for a duck, but has served Pakistan for north of 12 years. What would you want to say about Azhar's career?
Well, I'd like to apologise first to Azhar, because the over before, I said to Jack Leach on the boundary, next over, you're taking a wicket. I was wrong. He took 2 wickets.
Yeah.
So I apologise, Azhar, for perhaps... Well, I think maybe most of the benefit goes to Jack Leach. It was a lovely ball to get him out. But for Azhar himself, I'm a big fan of Azhar, actually. He's obviously very committed to Test match cricket. He served as captain for maybe like 10 games, I think, for Pakistan during a difficult period. And I think he'll be missed. He's certainly somebody who can grind out decent scores. He's a very traditional player. I'd be sad to see him go.
Yeah, well, we wish him the best in retirement. And just on a closing note, Duncan, who are your favourite players from both England and Pakistan?
Well, I think you just said it, actually. I mean, Azhar Ali generally is actually probably my favourite player for Pakistan. I had to pick a new one now, probably.
Yeah, I see that you're a purist.
Yeah, I think Saud then probably is coming up into... he's pretty new on the scene, I think. How many Test matches has he played?
This is his 3rd?
Oh, it's a debut series then.
Yeah.
So, I've been really impressed with him in the way he's very unlucky not to get a century in the 2nd Test. I think he's a very pure Test match batsman. Has he played one-day stuff? Or? He
has, but I think he's more so penciled in for red ball cricket.
I think he has a good future for Pakistan, and I would like to keep an eye out for him. Ben Stokes, I think, is my favourite player for England.
Right.
If he played for any other team in the world, I think he would have 100 Test matches. He's the best wicket-keeper in the world. Babar Azam's run out was an exceptional bit of keeping, and he's worth shaving 30 runs, 40 runs off an opposition's innings. He takes those extra catches, he takes those extra run-outs, he takes those stumpings, and he's an exceptional batter. Let's not forget, his average is better than Butler, and maybe better than Bairstow, don't quote me on that, but he batted well yesterday. Another lovely 50 when England were perhaps under the cosh a little bit, put together a lovely partnership with Harry Brook. So I think he's an exceptional batter too. He's really underrated, and why he keeps dropping in and out of the team, I just don't know. He should be on the first on the team sheet for me.
Are you a Surrey fan by any chance?
Maybe. I'm a Surrey member. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Duncan. It was an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Test match and the remainder of your stay in Pakistan.
Thank you.
Have fun.
It's been a pleasure.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, viewers, for tuning in. For similar content, stay tuned. Brought to you by Grassroots Cricket.